all listed on the top of the agenda, as you may or may not notice. Something new from the fine folks in the State House that seem to think that everybody that sees an agenda needs to know who is acting on all this fun stuff. Hopefully they don't start putting addresses, phone numbers on it too, but for the time being, we just have to note who appoints us, what our terms are. So, we can open the meeting with the notation of the presence of a quorum.
Mr. Horke.
Here.
Ms. Morgan. Here. Mr. Kelly.
Here.
Mr. Pierce is absent. Mr. Wiley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
The guy that works in this building.
He's on vacation.
Okay. It's not like he has long travel time. Alright, there are no changes to the agenda. There's only the single item of public hearing and then business. We do have approval of the minutes of a meeting that we had back in April. You may or may not recall that meeting, but hopefully you do. Is there a motion regarding the April 28th minutes?
I can move to approve the April 28th meeting minutes.
Thank you. We have a motion from Haley Morgan to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Justin Wiley. Everybody in favor? Since we're all present, we can do it on a voice vote. Say aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposing or abstaining? Minutes are approved. We could, review the rules of procedure for today's meeting.
Certainly. General procedures. Procedures for public hearing items. For items requiring a public hearing, today's meeting has the following structure. Department will summarize the petition, and then the petitioner will be given 15 minutes to present to the Plat Committee. The president will open a public hearing, and individuals will be given 3 minutes to speak. Those representing a group will be given 5 minutes to speak. Only one member of the group will be given 5 minutes. It doesn't feel like we have any groups. The public hearing will be closed when all interested members of the audience have had a chance to be heard and all emails received during the meeting have been provided to committee members. The petitioner will then be given 10 minutes to respond to comments without interruption. The committee will follow with any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the petition. This may include additional discussion with the petitioner. Finally, the commission may then act upon the petition. Do we have any items of business? Skip that one. Rules of conduct. Please do not disrupt the proceeding in any way. If you need to have a private discussion, then we ask that you quietly exit the room. Please silence your devices. If you must answer them, then again, please quietly exit the room. If you are attending in person and wish to speak in regard to a petition scheduled for a public hearing, please sign the speaker sheet located right here. During your comment, please state your name and address. For the record, we ask that you do not repeat previously stated comments. Your presentation will be timed. You will be advised when there are approximately 30 seconds remaining. If you are not attending in person, comments regarding the petition should be emailed to planners@westfield.in.gov with the petition name or number included in the subject line. Those comments will be forwarded to committee members and the petitioner. Thank you.
Thank you. As noted, there is no item of business in front of us for today, but there is a public hearing item. Petition 2506-SPP-04 and 2506-ODP-03 Finley Creek Estates. If staff can provide an intro, then we'll hear from the petitioners team with any additional comments they may feel we need to know, and then we'll open a public hearing.
Good morning, members of the committee. For the record, Weston Rogers with the Community Development Department. The item presented before you today is the Finley Creek Estates Overall Development Plan and Primary Plat. This petition proposes to develop roughly 34 acres of land, generally located northeast of the intersection at 193rd Street and Fremont Moore Road. On the location map pulled up here, you can see the outline of the property. Again, roughly 34 acres of land. At the March 10th, 2025 City Council meeting, this item did receive land use and zoning approval. I'll go ahead and pull up the site plan here for reference. So here's the site plan here. As a continuation of the development process today, the overall development plan and primary plat is slated for a public hearing prior to action by the plat committee. This petition was properly noticed and advertised, and staff has received no written public comments to date. The petitioner is here today. They do plan to just provide a very brief overview of the item. Both the petitioner and staff are available to answer questions should there be any from the plat committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr.
Rex
Ramage.
Ramage, Pulte Homes, Jason Coyle, HWC Engineering, here to answer any questions you all may have. Probably keep it short and simple. The only other thing that I would mention, and I believe this is handled administratively, but we were asked by staff that we try to accommodate some existing trees up in the northeast corner, generally along the lines, the rear lot lines of lots 33 to lots 45 in that stretch. There's the existing Atwater neighborhood to the east of us. And so the way that their landscaping buffer went in and the existing tree line just from the farm fields, there was a request made of us to make sure that we maintain that. So in being able to do so, there is a slightly modified, slightly reduced right-of-way cross-section as shown on the plat. That's all been supportive of staff, so I don't know if that needs to be approved here as part of this or if that's handled administratively, but wanted to make sure that we were forthcoming with all the information. So other than that, available to answer any questions you all have of us.
Yeah. And just to confirm that, under the conditions of approval, we do have that all necessary approvals be obtained from the Public Works Department, Hamilton County Surveyor's office, and then approval by the Public Works and any construction standard waivers, which would be handled administratively. So that would be wrapped into any action made today. So
Thank you.
just following up on that.
Thank you. As noted, this is in front of us for a public hearing, which I will now open at 11:07 a.m. Is there anybody present who wishes to have a opportunity to comment? If not, have we check the email box to see if there is anybody online that has an interest in providing us a comment electronically?
Do not appear to have received anything.
All right, it's rare that we do. The email address has already been mentioned. So I think rather than sitting here looking at each other for a couple of minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and close the public hearing officially at 11:08. And open the floor to any questions or comments from plat committee members for the petitioner or staff. Don't everybody speak at once. I have no questions. We did discuss the confusion between the previous approval of the neighborhood to the east and maybe a lack of clarity on where the trees were actually located, and having discovered that they were not on the Atwater site. That's why it was brought up this morning, for the benefit of anybody who hadn't really understood that. But they will be remaining, and they've been deemed worthy of saving, apparently by Chris McConnell or somebody like that with the city. So, if there's nothing further, this is in front of us. We've had the public hearing, so we now have the opportunity to approve, and as staff noted, there are two recommended conditions for our approval. The first being that the approval by Public Works of any construction standards waivers, if applicable, and that all necessary approvals be obtained from the Westfield Public Works Department in the Hamilton County Surveyor's Office prior to the issuance of an improvement location permit. So is there a motion for approval with those two conditions? And if there's anybody who has any other conditions, we can offer that, but those are the two that we know will need to apply. So is there a motion regarding this?
I make a motion to approve the 2506 SPP-04 and 2506 ODP-03 Finley Creek Estates project with the two noted aforementioned
Conditions.
items.
Okay, motion from Justin Wiley, and is there a second?
Second motion.
Thank you. Motion by Brian Kelly. Further discussion, if staff can go ahead and call the roll.
Mr. Workay,
Yes.
Ms. Morgan,
Yes.
Mr. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wiley.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Excellent. We're through with the public hearing items. reports and comments. Through a few agendas, I'm not sure how often anybody on this committee takes note, but the Plan Commission has been keeping busy over the last 4 or 5 meetings. There are quite a number of things that are working their way through the Plan Commission process that will eventually land here, assuming that none of them totally fall by the wayside. There's a new Onyx and East neighborhood that is off the north side of 199th Street by the Monon. That is one of the newer items. Great development downtown called Jersey 32.
That one will most likely not come to you guys, cause the lot is established and there's no new right of way,
Okay,
but still a very exciting project.
hadn't thought through that, but yeah, that's very big, and if you haven't taken a look at the agendas to see that, I highly recommend you do so. There's a place out on West 32 on the south side between 32 and the Midland Trail called the Trailside Business Center. It's 4 really nice buildings that hopefully can be good business locations for quite a number of businesses, not just 4, but the buildings can be subdivided. There's some new things a little north of the downtown area. Midtown at Westfield, southeast is at 191st and East Street. Village at Chatham Hills is a for rent community that is kind of nestled into an area along Chad Hill Drive. We've had a couple of occasions where things were presented that didn't end up happening. This one is apparently happening. There's a couple of commercial things. Vision Headquarters is doing an addition. The police department has a new facility that has recently been approved. A very nice state-of-the-art building. It's up towards Grand Park off Grand Park Boulevard, a little north of 186th. Osborne Trails amended the PUD for a site adjacent to West Fork Whiskey. After a couple of attempts, there's some townhomes and some commercial that'll be developed there. There's something out along Town Road at 32 that was approved a long time ago that's coming back for a redo, and that is awaiting a workshop meeting still. It's a little further out. So a place up in Chatham Hills, the Legato Memory Living Facility. A little closer, there's a Ben's Barbecue Shack that was approved near Grand Park on 180, or not 186, but
Near
Yeah.
corner
Chad
of-
Hill, or John Dipple Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's a
The new roundabout.
kind of a small site there, but
It'll be bigger than what he has now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Truly.
Crew Car Wash has obtained the adjacent site that had remained residential for the longest time for a interior wash facility. The
Oh,
East-
right there on 32?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
been waiting for a long time for something like that. On the east end of downtown at the northeast side where there's gonna be a new roundabout, Ambrose on Main is working its way through. Is that one that comes, or is that similar?
I think because that is that is essentially combining a lot of lots and there's, again, it's on 2 established roads.
Yeah.
I believe that we told them that they could just do the minor plat process.
So we may not see that here.
I don't expect so.
Zaxby's is doing a restaurant at Chatham Commons up on 191st. I'm waiting for one of those to come closer by. There's also a self-storage that was approved a million years ago that I had forgotten about in the Grand Park PUD. I'm disappointed that
Is that gonna come back
Yeah.
to life then?
apparently.
Good.
And Park and Poplar hopefully has got some traction going after a little bit in fits and starts, but anxious to see something like that. We'll be without a hotel though, unfortunately.
That is correct. but-
Apparently every hotelier was contacted and declined. It's like their loss, I guess.
We'll have a parking garage though, so
It will.
small wins.
So you may have been aware of most of those, all of them, maybe none of them, who knows? But just to let you know,
Thank you.
trying to make it worth your while to come here and enjoy this meeting. There are quite a few things going on, and I'm not sure if we have any of these or other things that I might not have mentioned that are gonna prompt us to have another meeting fairly soon, but
I'm completely blanking on what we received this past filing cycle. I don't,
Nothing in the short term.
nothing in the short term.
may not have the next meeting or two on our calendar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just watch the emails. Community Development Department, any words of wisdom?
No, I think you did a great job covering those, I guess the 4 months of development
Things
cases.
that have happened in a while,
Yeah. I have nothing to add.
I'm good.
Good too. Anybody else have questions, comments about anything? If not, we're looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
And you're seconding? Okay, motion and second to adjourn. Everybody in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed or abstaining from adjourning? We're adjourned.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming, appreciate it.
At
This time was
11:16.
Appreciate the investment.
11:16, yeah.